Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 15 Semifinals. Today, we're looking at the Sand Gangers taking on the Outlaw Destroyers, and I must be really running low on guests to put on these casts because I got BlueJay.
Oh, come on now. Don't say it like that.
What's going on, BlueJay? You'll be facing one of these guys next week. You probably already know who you're facing. And there's that first phase draw ban, which I'm assuming is going to be happening every game in the next on Sunday. After what happened last time.
I mean, definitely versus this Manoy team. This Manoy team really likes to prioritize their pause one core if they have first pick, because they don't really care if it's something strong enough that they can ban out the counters. Like, they'll just pick it.
Yeah, I mean, Drow is a hero where it's like you personally had the worst looking Drow game in the world last series. It's like there are 4 counters to you on the enemy team. The first time you come out of the jungle, you're the bottom net worth core, and it doesn't matter. You just kill everyone anyway. I think this is going to be a 100% PB until they inevitably nerf this hero next month.
Mm.
In LD2L terms, I don't know if the counters work. I think you just got to get rid of it. So I think it's worse than Lena last patch in an LD2L circle.
Yeah, the counters are just very deceptive. There are things on paper that look good against that hero, but it's just not really that great.
3 very quick fire picks here. Got Snap, got Tree, got Tiny.
Yep.
Likely to be our boss Snapfire, because boss picks his waifu heroes.
he likes the grandmas? That's his waifu?
Yeah. I mean, he probably uses the young Snapfire set now, like 99.9% of the Dota players do.
I get it. See, listen, with years comes experience. I understand where he's coming from.
I really do like how it's like, the point of Snapfire is like, look, it's like an old grandma, as like an old innocent grandma, T-Draker as a Dota hero, and nobody actually plays the grandma anymore. Dark Willow, we haven't seen much Willow this tournament.
Interesting. Who plays this hero on their team?
I'm going to assume that's probably our Flizzy.
Radiant team back.
I see. The Outlaw Destroyers are probably one of the only teams that I'm not very familiar with their hero pools.
They had a very solid season leading up to this game. It's like, you know, I think everybody kind of pegged them as a middle of the line team, and I guess as far as bracket placement, that's how it went. They had a lot of very strong, like, they had a bunch of upset type games. They had a lot of, like, very strong performances. The only reason they ended up in the mid card is because in the first week they choked, and on, like, week 5 or 6. Well, the game we casted with K said they choked. And had they not had a couple of chokes, they probably would have had a better bracket spot. They might have actually had 3rd place.
Yeah, they could have. I know us and Sandgangers never got to face them during the actual season.
Yep. This is going to be the first time for them.
Radiant team back.
Sniper Razor Bands, interesting.
Yep. Just looking at all those guys who just kind of turn brain off and right click. You know, the Disruptor ban there, we recorded this, the quarterfinal series, me and Godlike Matt recorded the OD versus Al Capone game for the quarterfinals, where we saw Boss on the Disruptor with a very disproportionately large impact. You know, as I said during that game, you know, a really good, like a really baller Disruptor player, when every time you see that glimpse happen, you go, oh no!
Are we talking those TP to lane Disrupt?
No, you didn't actually get to get one of those, at least not that we saw on camera. But he got a hell of a lot of people killed on the enemy team by glimpsing them. He got a hell of a lot of glimpse people into ults that they can't deal with type situations going.
Yeah, the range on glimpse is very deceiving. There's too many times where you're like halfway across the map, you think you're safe, and all of a sudden you're back like almost to like 2 towers away. It's kind of insane.
Alchemist going out. Seen a lot of Alchemist picks. I feel like Alchemist is almost to this patch in a way like maybe like the Ogre Magi back in season 12 perhaps, where you see the Alchemist picked and banned in nearly every game, but you very rarely actually see it do well in the LD2L circumstances, I think.
I was actually thinking that just before you finished it. It's very deceiving. I think just because of how cheap Radiance got, people think have been prioritizing it a lot lately, but it hasn't really been winning that much.
Yeah, I will say I do think it is a potential worth a ban on OD because you know, on OD we have seen Kid Dynamite get a lot of success out of the hero even before the buff to the the Trice drop in the Radiance and small buff to Alk. You saw Kid Dynamite doing it. And I think maybe the moral of the story is ban Alk against teams that already have really good Alk players. Don't ban Alk against teams that say are just picking Alk for the first time in like 2 years, Joel. I'm watching you.
Oh, they let the Reedy Ember through.
Yep.
Interesting, interesting. They don't know. They must not know.
Well, I mean, like all the other times we've seen the Reedy Ember Spirit come in, it's been an acceptable performance, but I don't know if it's something that I'd like lose my mind over.
He's been very hit or miss lately, and I think once you put him on a hero like Ember, his consistency goes way up, and that's a little valuable to the Sandgangers team.
I mean, last time he was on the Ember Spirit, he just kind of died a lot until he won, but you know.
Oh, great heavens. It's all tactical.
It's all tactical, yeah. Slardar coming up on ODs. ODs found quite a bit of success with this hero in the week prior, and we got a Death Prophet. That's a really nasty combo, actually. This team is actually like a really well put together team on the ODs. Like, Death Prophet herself is not going to scale worth anything, but the armor break on the Slardar plus the armor break from the Snapfire are going to mean even later on in the game, higher tier cores are still going to get eaten, still going to get shredded by the DP ult. Because those ghosts, they do interact with armor as you'd expect. And when you have negative 1 million armor, the ghosts are doing positive 1 million damage to you.
They just wink at you as they come by and slap you in the face.
Yeah. And these guys, outside of when their armor is living, they actually have pretty deceptively bad armor on this lineup. Like, Tiny has less than you would expect, especially fairly early on. Embers.
Tiny has so little armor, I think he gives you armor in the lane with him. That's how little armor he has.
Yeah, something I was talking about Mikkel with not terribly long ago. Tiny, early game, surprisingly fragile. He's more of a glass... Even though he himself is an anti-glass cannon, he's more of a glass cannon than he looks for quite a while into the game. You really need to build items, I think, to get around that. The stat growth and the grow and whatnot. They're not going to help you get that much tankier. Treant's going to help that a bit, but not as much as he used to. And certainly he's going to be struggling with overcoming the corrosive haze, especially when that shark comes out. It's going to be struggling to deal with that, that snap ult. And of course, one other thing you have is you have the Dark Willow in the Snapfire combo. I actually really like that support duo, because it's like, you know, Dark Willow just puts a big stupid bramble maze down, and that alone is like, you throw that in with the artillery, you're really screwing over an enemy team fight.
Try to run away from that Snapfire ult, dodging and weaving brambles.
Yep. Sandganger's bringing the Necro. Which is interesting because on one hand, Necro is going to be very, very... He's going to have nothing to worry about from most of the rest of the line. He's going to have nothing to worry about from Slardar. He's going to have nothing to worry about from Death Prophet. And if the ODs aren't crazy, he's probably not going to have anything much to worry about from whatever they're running Pause 1. Maybe the Shadow Fiend if they choose to run the Kid Dynamite Shadow Fiend. But probably not much else in his repertoire.
They need to call in some favors and unlock Muerta for Captain's Mode. That's how they win this.
But on the other hand, he is going to kind of struggle to deal with the support line. Like, there's not really an easy option for him to get around the snap ult. He's going to have to definitely be counting on Ember or the Tony to be getting rid of that for him. And the Dark Willow ult is going to be like 1 billion damage against him for most of this game. Like, you hit your Ghost Shroud, and then Dark Willow kills you. But you have to hit Ghost Shroud, or else the DP and the Slardar are going to kill you. It's kind of a cursed situation.
I mean, the burst on his team is kind of insane, though. I feel like this Tiny's going to get a blink, he's going to burst somebody down, Necro's just going to ult him immediately, and they're just going to die immediately.
That's true. That's one guy, though.
It's one guy, yes.
Yeah, I don't know how much one guy means in the puzzle OD is putting together yet. I think it's going to be very dependent on what they pick up as a pause one. That's 2 very good bans on Sandganger's part. Both of those, I was thinking kind of both of those heroes right about now would be very good. I mean, it's got to be the Shadow Fiend, right? I think that's the only hero here that makes that much sense. Does not like to see the Tiny or the Ember Spirit, don't get me wrong. But once he gets BKB... You have that Presence of the Dark Lord, plus that Slardar ult, plus the Snapfire, plus the you still have the toys that Dark Willow Death Prophet bring to the table. I don't know what else you do. And you've banned out the PA for it as well, which is also nice.
Yeah, they do. They have to think of something also that's not going to get too countered by their last pick.
I mean, yeah, what are you gonna do? And it is the Shadow
Oh,
Fade.
wow. Very smart. Very smart. Very perceptive.
Yeah, it's like I've casted like most of the OT games this season. It's like I
Dynamite
know
special.
these people.
Let's go.
10 seconds remaining.
What are you seeing on the side of Sangangers?
I don't know. They've actually banned out unintentionally. I think they banned out a few of the Manoy classics here. Banned out the Yalk, the Clinks, the Faceless Void, and the other side got rid of the Drow. I would say, maybe add Slark to that, and that's your Manoy 5 almost. So, what do you pick to this? Sven makes some sense, I think. Give yourself some armor back. Play against what their strength is. You could go.
I feel like something like a Spectre might not be too terrible. I mean, the lane's not going to be that pleasant, but going mid to
The
late.
problem is that if you're Spectre, you have to hope to God. Oh, it's going to be a Medusa.
Medusa.
Actually. It's interesting. Only, I don't know how much I like it, but we'll see. And Slizzy does indeed play with Young Snapfire. I knew it.
I guess all the fun plays are coming from Reedy. We get to watch Manoy farm all game and then see where it goes.
It's not going to be boss Snapfire. That's really interesting. Still playing one of those boss waifu heroes, so he's sticking to the theme at least. Interesting. How's Medusa going to go? I don't know. I think I'm just going to have to wait and see on that one. I haven't seen that much Medusa in the new patch, even though she got buffed and a lot of her counters got nerfed. Lane's probably not going to be fun. Oh, the DP silence can be kind of annoying if she's going to have to hold something in her repertoire to deal with that.
It's going to be extremely hard to catch. I think with the Treant behind her, at all stages of the game, she's just going to be really hard to pressure out, and I don't think she's going to struggle to get that much farm.
Yeah, that's true. I think the question is really, like, for Medusa, how much the team's going to be able to stand up around her. Because if 2 seconds into every team fight, Necro and Ember are both dead, then nothing happens for you. If, on the other hand, if Necro and Ember are able to keep themselves up, that's probably not too bad for Ember. That is way easier said than done for Necro. This is a pretty bad Necro game. Then you should be okay. I do think that Necro Medusa is almost a little bit of anti-chemistry. It's like, great, I have a healing hero. I have a healing pause 3 when my pause 1 does not care about her HP bar until she's already 90% dead, but you know. On the other hand, this could definitely be, Reedy has been playing base all season. If what I said during pick phase didn't make it obvious, Reedy's been playing a lot of base this season. He's been playing a lot of the games where he hasn't been the guy. Okay, well, yeah, he's disconnecting at a protest. He does not like to hear myself.
Yeah, he did not like that, honey.
Sorry, Reedy, but I'll stand
apologize right now.
He's been playing a lot of these games where he has been the least important core on his team, where he's been the lowest value core on his team. He's been playing a lot of base. And I think this game is going to be a game where he's going to have to shine. I don't know what Matt does here. This is a bad Necro game. No two ways about it. You can never hit Ghost Shroud. You're not going to be, doing a lot in fights outside of just dropping your ult. Hell, even healing people with your Q isn't going to be a very good option for you. It's kind of a cursed Necro game. But it seems like, to me, it should be an okay Ember game. Outside of the Death Prophet silence in particular, which is something you definitely have to watch out for, they don't have that much to control him. If he's able to bring out the Reedy Ember Spirit that gives him that little funny badge by his hero's name, gives him a bit of a rep on that hero, he can certainly do some good here. Certainly enable Manoy to just kill everybody and win the game.
I
If
think
not,
it's also going to be on him to try to make plays as early as possible. Like before Starter gets that blink, this game is going to be pretty nice for him going forward.
Either way, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the Hoyle cast, the roll call. So, for best the worst. Now it's for the Sandgangers. Pause 1 on the Medusa, captain of the team, Mihoy Manoy, Doodlebob himself. Pause 2, you've got Reedy on the Ember Spirit. Pause 3, Godlike Matt, who just recorded a game with me earlier today on the Necro. Pause 4, you've got Jackie Chin on the Tiny. And pause 5, you've got Black Otter on the Treant Protector. On the they gave the Black Otter Treant, that's interesting. On the other side of the coin, didn't even consider that till now. For the Outlaw Destroyers, you've got pause 1, Kid Dynamite on the Shadow Fiend. Pause 2, you've got Iceman on the Death Prophet. Pause 3, you've got Vex on the Slardar. Pause 4, Slizzy on the Snapfire. And pause 5, you've got the Boss, captain of the team on that Dark Willow. And of course, you also have some stupid little pine cones that are going to help this wave out.
I feel like this large camp pull usually doesn't kill your wave as fast as the small camp pull, and this can be very annoying.
True, Kid Dynamite's actually just going off of their pull now. This is an easier way for him than it actually would have been otherwise, I think.
I think half pulling that large camp ends up being really important.
Tiny's doing a good job making it like less good for him, though. He maintained that, and Boss didn't really make much of an effort to trade on that, because, I mean, it's Tiny. Even if he's just got his little tree level 1, it's still a little bit much to deal with trade-wise.
Oh, he went level 1 tree. I usually don't see that much on support Tiny. Very interesting.
Yep. And what can I tell you? You've got a Necro, you're not going to get level 1 kills unless the enemy is really dumb. And I've had my disagreements with Kid Dynamite in the past, but I ain't calling that guy dumb. I ain't that kind of guy. I mean, I guess I should clarify, you're not going to get level 1 kills on Necro unless the enemy team is really dumb or it's a really good Necro game. This ain't either of those. So
I think in this lane, as a Tiny, you kind of just want to give this Necro some levels as much as possible. Try to be annoying around the mid lane, maybe.
Jaggy's been doing that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really get to talk much about, because I was assuming most of pick that this is going to be a core Tiny, but it is not. It's Jackie Chin on Tiny. Not really a huge fan of the support Tiny anymore. I think it's very fragile, and the numbers you get out of this stuff really aren't like I feel like 90% of Tiny right now is his axe. Like that's like 90% of the appeal of this hero to me. You lose that, and it's like, what do you got left? I don't know.
I think the main part of the support Tiny is just the ability to reposition. Yeah, the ability to reposition cores in important parts of the game. I think is kind of like the main aspect of it, which is always kind of valuable.
I think against a lineup like this, that's a little easier said than done.
Oh,
like if you don't have a blink, you're probably not gonna have a blink this game. It's like you're gonna have to be like eating into the Death Prophet to do that, and if she just puts the silence out on you, it's still she's silencing you and the core you were trying to throw, and you accomplished nothing and died.
Yeah, before that blink timing, that's probably one of the weakest parts of that hero, where you can't really do much very reliably before that.
Goodbye,
takes a little too much time. Rest in peace, brother. Another one.
Yep, Reedy just walked right down here and just got a second kill. Well, actually a first kill for his team, but just comes down, snaps up Slizzy, and
oh, early rotation. Very nice, very well done.
Yep. Unfortunately, that did just give Death Prophet quite a handy advantage XP-wise. While he did get the kill on Slizzy, and that's definitely better than having accomplished nothing. He is about half a level XP down now. He is down 8 last hits. Oh, he's down 8 last hits. There you go. He's down 8 last hits. He is not less. It's down 8 denies. He's keeping pace last hit wise, but the more that gap grows, the less good for him it's going to be. This is not a game where you want to have Ember Spirit as the lowest level core in your rotation. That's certainly the case.
True. I also think he's probably not going to be the answer to that Death Prophet anyway. I'm guessing he's going to be more concerned with these side lanes as soon as he gets 6. 'Cause he's not going to win that mid matchup regardless.
Yeah, no, it's like his relationship with the Death Prophet this game is going to be, as Ember Spirit, I need to not get killed every time I get silenced by Death Prophet, and I need to have as many things
Yeah.
possible to get rid of it. And that's where the interactions end. If he dies of Nexo, or if she dies of him, then this game is probably not competitive anymore.
Yeah. It might not be a terrible Yule's game for Ember, actually. Looking at the lineup.
But here's the thing. If you do that on Ember, you'll be sorry. Don't laugh at that. You're ruining our credibility as honest casters here by laughing at the least funny thing I've ever said.
Yeah, I signed the contract before the broadcast started. I have to laugh at everything or I'm fired.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot I gave you the Ed McMahon contract.
Oh, we missed a kill though. Listen, we're having fun. That's
wow,
fine.
that's like a man. They killed him from really. Oh
Holy
no, he
moly.
dies with a full wand. Oh wait, no, that's Necro's inventory. Whoops. That would have been really sad. I almost just committed Kid Dynamite slander.
It's like they completely forgot that Tiny existed in this lane.
Yeah, boss walked
Just
out
walked
there.
right up to him.
Yeah, boss walking out there was not great. Necro going all in on Q&E here is going to be a lot of like they do have like a lot of attrition type damage with the Necro, and they have a lot of burst damage with the Tiny. So they definitely cannot ignore, especially on a glass cannon like the Shadow Fan. Even if the Tiny
I feel like
support,
in,
it's still.
On a 1v1, the Shadowfinger could probably trade decent farm with the Necro. I think the Willow just needs to keep an eye on this Tiny, just make sure the movements aren't getting to the Shadowfiend, and the lane should be fine that way.
Interestingly, don't have all that much invested into the Bramble Maze so far. I guess it does increase the mana cost. I would say it's probably your best, because you know Tiny's a very positioning dependent guy. If Tiny's positioning gets cucked by, say, for example, a big stupid Bramble Maze that lords over half of the lane and makes it impossible to move around without dipping your toes into it, then things get a lot worse for him pretty quick. I just got Scythe. Boss is very low. He has to definitely back off now, or else he's gonna really regret his life.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage that he doesn't really need to, unfortunately. He traded like half of his life just to look at the Necro.
Iceman is bot. Here's our inaugural Exo.
It was all very exciting.
And
Oh, here comes the Ember.
here, but, oh boy, this ain't where he wants to be. Goodbye, Reedy.
Oh,
Ooh, that fairy fire!
But he goes anyway. Is he going back in? Let's go.
That fairy fire gave Reedy a second lease on life there for a minute. At least
That
let him
was
sail.
a little bit of miscommunication. His team walked away from the tower towards the bottom side of the map while he TP'd to the top and went in by himself. Fortunate.
Speaking of his team was not there, Kid Dynamite dies alone here at top world boss, walks away. Is that a scythe? That was not a scythe. So there's that at least.
Do you not have the mana for it? Unfortunate.
Yep. I had an axe game recently where I got fed to hell, but I had no goddamn culling plate stacks because every time we had a fight I had 2 mana. God, that was frustrating. I mean, it would have been less frustrating if I didn't end the game like 17-2 or whatever.
Just yell at your supports to go to the farmer's market and bring back a bunch of mangoes.
Just yell at your supports to pick CM instead, that's what you really do. God damn, it's miss games o'clock. Miss kills o'clock, rather.
Oh,
A
great
lot of burst
heavens.
damage.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Right in the middle of all of them.
No use of the cookie there. That's very interesting.
He wants to save his mana when he comes back. Or when he comes
Yeah.
back.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
When Dota 3 comes out, he's gonna have that cookie off CD, and he's gonna be the one laughing.
And you're all gonna regret it.
You're all gonna regret it. And I didn't even think about the BlueJay Kid Dynamite connection when I got you on this game. I was just like, hey, it would be neat to have the other guy in finals take a look at the top bracket game. I didn't even.
I think
consciously
I've
know
played at least on a team with most of the people here, at least, I think.
I guess in fairness, I didn't even know that ODs were going to be in this game. Well, I did because it got like. So never
Hold
mind.
up.
Everybody
You just press,
made
you
no
just
secret of what happened.
you just press a randomized button on what match you get.
No, I was just like, I try to not spoil myself, even for like bracket games, right? I actually,
I see.
like I had to do, like over the course of the morning on Sunday night, I was like, I gotta do all the lower bracket games to see who I'm casting tomorrow because I literally don't know what the matchup's gonna be. I mean, I had an assumption, and the assumption was right, but I had to make sure. I didn't want to be the idiot who just goes to you and was like, "Hey, what's going on?" Turns out, oh no, I gotta talk to Looter. I have a 0% kills scene ratio right now. They gotta kill a Medusa while I was in the middle of that diatribe.
Oh dear. And the dynamite again. Oh, he goes down again.
Oh,
Oh, this is bad.
lives it. Just barely lives it, but he lives it. I think
And
that's.
Manoy is almost 10 last hits and over the Dynamite Shadow Fiend, which I think traditionally is a better early game hero, dominates the lane. If you're this far behind the Medusa, it's looking like trouble.
Hey, look at the net worth chart. Manoy here in second place. Really did not get all that pressured out of this lane, which isn't really that surprising, I don't think. It was going to be kind of an obnoxious lane for him, but really going to be able to kill him. Like, just to be blunt, if the guys are backwards, if it was Slizzpause 5 and Boss on the Snapfire, maybe we'd be talking about something else, but...
Maybe.
Because you know it's a big time comfort hero for Boss.
I'm definitely very surprised how much pressure the Shadow Fiend was taking this game.
Yeah, I mean this is like not. I mean he's still got gold on it. He ain't no Dark Willow Jabroni, but I think one of the things that Boss gets sometimes, and I think maybe it's a little rightly deserved, is that you know, it's the same thing I said about Pohohoro when we were going down the Al Capone lineup at the end of the last game. It's like some of those second string players for Boss, you do see a lot more like hit or miss type gameplay. You know, when you see the Boss on the Disruptor, when you see the Boss on the Snapfire, when you see the Boss on those big waifu heroes, which unfortunately a lot of them aren't great right now, but when you see the Boss on the Boss waifu heroes. He pulls out a very solid game, pulls out a very convincing performance. When you see a Boss on those second string guys that are like in the pool, but you know they're the B tiers on that chart you make at the beginning of the season, right?
The non-waifus, if you will.
Yeah, it gets a little hairier. Gets a little hairier.
Listen, you see some waifus on your team, you get inspired. What can you do?
Yeah. I mean, Boss is still a waifu. He just doesn't like pink girls.
Oh dear.
Any like pink purple girls in the audience? Sorry, Boss is not looking.
Oh, another X coming out?
Yep. Unfortunately, it's having a little bit of a tough time getting through this T1 spree or living armor.
This armor. Yeah, this armor's bringing some work. I mean, they're here to defend it. Let's see who was brave enough to go first.
Yeah, they're not really making a serious attempt to do anything else here. This is
Tiny
very
coming in, but
unfortunate.
Tiny's about to get brave. Look at this.
Doesn't have a silence, so she can't get any more aggressive than this. She does
Here we go.
have a mechanism though that she's going to use to dodge the scythe. But
Oh, right away.
good artillery, but he kind of got a little cockeyed with it. You know, tried to split the fire a little too much among everybody. It didn't prioritize his targets, so as a result, Vex had to stay to go for the Necro instead of the artillery just getting rid of him, and they both die for it.
What are Slaughter's items? Can you check real quick?
Yeah, he ain't got nothing.
No, they were positioning themselves like they were going to reinitiate once they went on the Death Prophet, but they just don't really have a good way to do that. Slaughter can't really just walk up like that.
Illusion rune here. Top.
Oh, godlike mech can break here.
Getting a little gone. Oh man, this is so hairy for him.
Oh, he's just taking
oh
over.
No!
Oh
The
no!
Ghost Shroud. But
Yeah, this is very brave.
Jackie did a good job keeping the boss away.
I don't even know where to look. There's fights everywhere going on right now.
Yeah, luckily we have this RTS cam right here. Boss drops that fear right on top of Ember Spirit's head, though. Ooh, that
Oh.
urn, that spear vessel charge was really nasty for him.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, he's going for it. He's gonna get him.
Ooh, goodbye,
Ooh, and
boss.
waifu. There's no more.
Become peace.
Now the boss is sauce.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Chunky mustard on the ground.
Radiant's bottom tower.
That's all that remains.
Now it's their turn to have their tower pressured. Unfortunately, their defense isn't as good as the Radiant's right now.
Yeah, the good news is that right now the Radiant's push is pretty bad. Medusa doesn't have much to say for right click, and in fact, nobody on this team does.
Immovable force. And unstoppable objects. One can't push, one can't defend. And vice versa.
So what you're saying is that this is the stoppable force versus the movable object.
Something like that.
Yeah. Ember got himself a regen.
Oh yeah, that's really awkward. Like, they just have to stand mid and look at each other.
Yeah.
And just shake their fists up and down like, I'll get you.
Pub game. This is pub gameplay right here. Everybody's standing at mid just like, I wish I could push right now. That's a pub game, baby. I wish I had a t-shirt that said, I'd rather be able to push this tower. So I could wear it whenever I'm standing there having to defend my mid T1, gazing longingly at the opponents. Dynamite just kind of free farming right now. What do you think about what do you think about that sort of like 30-minute matchup, let's say, between the Shadow Fiend and the Medusa?
As far as this game goes, I think it looks a little dire for the Shadow Fiend right now.
Well, that's very appropriate given the team that he's on.
Radiant's middle tower
Of course. Oh, good heavens. He doesn't even care.
Yeah,
Took it in.
Reedy versus Vex.
Oh,
Vex is coming
maybe he
back.
should. Maybe he should care. Oh no.
Okay, this is a good Medusa ult. Vex is dead as a result. Vex is Dex. Vex is not Dex!
He's not dead.
What the hell? Okay. Vex wins. Unstoppable.
Oh, they
Iceman,
would have
double
turned us
kill
around
off.
quite well.
Double kill off of the Exo against the support line.
Oh, what looked like a great fight for Radiant just turned. Holy.
Speaking of things that start with the word Radiant,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Negro on his Radiance rather soon.
Are fortified.
Giving Kid Dynamite a hernia, looking at this. Giving him PTSD flashbacks to his Season 12 team. Oh, Iceman in a really rough spot.
Oh, Iceman went really deep there.
Luckily, the Shadow Fiend ult is able to get everybody to turn and walk away. And that's really all that the Dire could ask for right now, especially considering, you know, Medusa's here, you know she's not, like, really getting any money right now. So, good play there on ODs. Unfortunately, this is going to finally be the end. Oh my god, I thought Vex was going to deny it. If Vex had denied that tower, he would have been the ultimate Chad. Especially
He would have. To be fair, he would have denied the tower and his life, probably.
Yeah, but if he had denied the tower and somehow got away with it,
Dire's bottom
ultimate Chad move.
He can't keep getting away with it.
What's
Oh, he wouldn't have-
what's in the BlueJay coffee?
What's in the BlueJay cup?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I just want to surprise me.
you're not sure. So what
I
you're
told her,
saying
hey,
is somebody gets
surprise me.
spiked.
Give me what you like. It's like, give me what you like, and they're like, okay. Sounds good.
Do you think Adele would approve of that?
Who?
Never mind.
Excuse me?
Never mind. I'm sure somebody who's gonna watch this video is gonna get that.
Did you say Adele?
No, I said Godot.
Oh, good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it went right over my head.
Well played. Dagger of Ristool. Hey, you remember when Slardar used to get armlet? I miss those days.
Good old days.
You remember when, like, anyone used to get armlet? Like, who gets it now? Lifestealer and...
Wraith King once in a while.
Yeah, that's like it. When are they gonna buff it next patch? I hope so. I can't wait to see a bunch of stupid armlet toggles. That's what I want to see. I want to see people try to armlet toggle and die.
Armlet's gonna give you evasion next patch.
Oh my god, don't say things like that. Oh, Reedy with the best timed haste rune in the world!
Whoa.
That's Shades of the Lake Rate trash mode on that.
And uses it to walk into a bramble as fast as possible.
Dark Willow is so untargetable during her ghost thing that you can't even click on her as a spectator. You can't, even the casters can't target Dark Willow when she's doing.
Is that actually true?
Yeah, I was trying there. You saw me like doing the little box thing over, and it wasn't even selecting her.
You got juked. Holy
I really did. Oh, here comes Vex. Vex is here. Vex is Angie.
This Medusa's feeling really strong now.
Away. I am surprised Vex is going the BKB before the Blink Dagger here. It feels like they need it so goddamn bad.
Yeah, that's actually really shocking, honestly. I think you get BKB once if you're like really far ahead and you just don't. You need to not die. That's when you get BKB.
Honestly,
if you're behind, you need to make some desperate plays here. You need Blink and then just try to get us a pick on here and there.
I mean, honestly, I think maybe this game I would have just gone casual cloak, maybe Hood. Just gone casual cloak. The only thing you're really worried about, because like the biggest, baddest, most annoying stun that they have for Slardar, you cannot BKB that. Does not do a dang thing. The chains can be bad, but he's still going to hit you with W through that BKB, so that's still pretty bad. You're going to get rid of the Necro, sure, but there's alternate ways to go about that.
And they have
I guess he got it because he knew that was going to rush the Radiance, but he would have had Blink way before that Radiant. Oh, Nolly.
The trio pierces BKB as well, does it not?
Yes.
That's 3 ults in the Radiant that pierce BKB.
Nolly, he's going Nolly. He hates Matt. Why?
Oh, great heavens.
Matt's not gonna win this game. He's a Necro in a crappy Necro game. Don't let him fill your whole brain like that.
So we were talking about how Ember could have a really good early game before Slardar gets his Blink, but it's he's never gonna go for the Blink.
Yeah.
He's just gonna have a good game all game, I guess.
It's like Rick Astley's hit. Never gonna get a Blink, never gonna win a fight. They're just gonna go on, get dynamite.
Oh, that's pretty good. Must have been a B track I missed.
Ooh! Oh man, they're dropping it all on Reedy.
Yeah, but things are happening. Things are happening.
But he's just okay. He is gonna die.
He goes down.
All right.
He goes down as well. Oh, Matt coming in with the ult on the board. Well, he takes his life words. Interesting.
Yep. Matt gets a scythe out of that.
Good trade, Matt. Good trade.
Matt gets a scythe out of that, but the guy are walking away with $1,000 more.
Oh, and a value X, so they get to still use it for this tower.
Yep.
Very well played up by Iceman.
Yeah, very good Iceman type situation here.
Very nice. How's this Medusa looking? What does she have right now?
Let's find out.
Ooh, going straight for the butterfly.
She's got this Fate of Hydrophini tail. I assume that's how you say that. Got a couple of spikes over here. I got that Crown of the Emerald Sea. So as far as the drip factor goes, Manoy's drip factor. She's
Medusa,
got like average.
Literally double cheeked up on a Friday. Damn.
Don't say that. We've already had it. Manoy already said. Manoy already brought the hell that is the word snussy to this league. All right. We don't need more. I think Pohohoro did that, and Manoy just made it popular. But you know.
No, you just brought it back. Congratulations.
I mean,
you brought it back into the zeitgeist.
It never left. I promise you that. Listen, as long as oh no, that I guess there's something we should probably talk about right now, isn't there? We'll talk about that at the end of this series, but I almost said a name.
It has to do with Bussy? What? It has to do with Snussy?
Yeah, well, yeah, it does have to do with Snussy, but there is bad news regarding Snussy.
Oh, great heavens!
A Snussy enjoyer, perhaps. Let's say it like that.
It could be anybody.
I almost just raw name dropped him.
Could be any of these degenerates.
Yeah. I guess to get a leg up on it, because I'll just talk about it again at the end of this recording. Yeah, really bad news came out about Princess the other day.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, going through some real nasty stuff right now. So if you know Princess, couple of words of support, not be bad. Certainly if you know Princess's like in a more real life capacity, because I know we have some real life friends in this league. If you know Princess in more of a real life capacity, definitely reach out. Send all your best right now. Either way. Princess, of course. Well, as long as Princess is somewhere in the memories of this league, the Snow Sea's never gonna die.
Very true.
Slardar still, he's not even like an inch closer to Radiance than the last time we looked at it. Not Radiance, he's not an inch closer
Radiance.
to Ollie.
I was about to say no shot.
I mean, is this any more of a shot if you think about it? Like, it's like 900 gold less for like 1%. Like, what are we doing this?
He's putting all of his net worth into dealing with the Necro, which I don't think is their biggest problem right now.
Yeah, dealing with a Necro who's he's in a horrible Necro game, barely bigger than he is. On the other hand, they did just take Aegis and just clown on Jackie Chen for trying to intervene. It's very good Roche on the OT's part. Shadow Fiend looking in a very strong position at the moment. You know, last time we talked about the Shadow Fiend versus Medusa matchup at around this time, it was looking like around this time it was going to be like a pretty substantial net worth advantage for the Medusa lineup. But the actual reality is, this is a big flash farming hero who's had a lot of open space this game, and she's 2k gold ahead of the Shadow Fiend.
Oh boy. And with this butterfly, she's just gonna free farm all game. What are you gonna do? Well, at least they scattered it out.
She's 2k ahead of the Shadow Fiend. What I'm saying is, that could be a hell of a lot worse, you know. This is a game where it looked like Medusa was gonna get like a 5 or 6k advantage, perhaps, over the Shadow Fiend for a while, and he's close to the gap in a big way.
She's not been contested at all. That is sure true, actually.
He's been climbing on her. He's been climbing on her for a while, is what I'm getting at.
And they scattered the butterfly pretty fast. He's already going MKB.
Yep. Should be really.
If only they could convince Vex to go for the right items as well.
Yeah. Well, he got that Helm of Iron Will. Maybe he can parlay that into that armlet I was talking about.
Iron items. I was just. I know it's strange. Their biggest problem is the Ember and Medusa, and both of them can be dealt with just with a blink.
Yeah. I mean, the Medusa is easier than the Ember, obviously, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what you really want here more than anything is just tank. Like, Necro's not going to win in the long fights, but you can't make a long fight.
Or maybe Snapfire's going to Axe. He doesn't need blink? Question mark.
Yes,
No,
Snapfire's going Axe.
Never mind.
It's coming out.
No. I'm trying to stay positive here.
Listen, Vex. We heard a story of Vex. I hope this part of it actually got on the cast, because I don't remember if it did or not. I hope it did. Vex famously slept in his car a day before he had a really bad game, and worse yet, had to eat pizzas from 7-Eleven before an LD2O game. All right, so he's been.
It's a fate worse than death.
It really is. It's a fate worse than death. He's been through thick and thin, and if he wants to get through thick and thin this game, he's definitely going to need to rethink his priorities here.
I remember the lowest point of my life was when I ate nachos with chili and cheese from 7-Eleven.
Oh God.
I've never recovered.
No, let me rephrase that for you. The lowest point of your life so far.
No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't get lower than that.
You may still eat the hot dog.
Okay, let's not get crazy.
Okay,
relax.
You can see there the insane pushing power between the ability for the Snapfire to break down the armor of the towers and the Axo just devouring them there. You know, and of course that can just as easily be levied and parlayed against the members of the enemy team.
The power of pushing with an Aegis. Oh no! Ooh,
Okay, Iceman has the BKB.
Is this a
Man
bait?
has
Is this a
BKB
bait?
Manoy. Oh. Because that's what they're doing. They're using the Snapfire cookie as his bootleg blank, but it's not really working that great. Luckily, what is working that great is some of these Snapfire ults and the right click power of that Shadow Fiend right now.
Shadowfiend still with the Aegis. It could be down though.
Yeah, that's true. And that Aegis just popped.
there it
Tiny
is.
just came and looked at it. They're gonna have to get back now, but it's quite a big exchange that they got for their troubles there, taking out the Ember Spirit very casually.
Great pickup, actually.
Lively.
Great pick.
Is under attack.
Yeah,
It's
just
gonna
gonna, okay, they're gonna lose, but likely just gonna take T2 now, which is pretty good. Any
I like how
objective we get
he
against
killed the
Medusa.
support right next to the Shadow Fiend. The Shadow Fiend gave like a quick double take, but like said, whatever, it's not my
Yeah,
problem.
just threw one ball at him and is like,
As he was walking
okay,
away.
that's-
Oh, this stayed a little
Alright.
too long.
Shadow
Stayed a
Fiend
little bit
versus
too long.
Medusa. Uh-oh.
Answers that question. I think it's almost exactly at 30 minutes too.
Yep, that is
Oh,
the
but what is
best,
this?
but I mean, if Medusa's randomly gonna die for it now, it's kind of equally
go.
ungood.
That was a bait, because when he knows Medusa's worth more to the team than he is to theirs.
Unfortunately, Reedy with the BKB is just gonna come out here and just kill everybody. That's just 8-second BKB and it felt like a 9.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that was quite a turnaround there. That started out looking like it was going to be a really good scenario for the ODs, but they end up losing everybody and losing a King's Ransom with 2,000 gold.
This is very exciting stuff. Both teams just running it down mid, back-to-back action. This is what we paid to see. This is why Anani's on pay-per-view, guys.
Yeah, I'm on pay-per-view. Unfortunately, I'm on the skeevy kind of pay-per-view. All the kids right now at home are watching this, like, they're just, like, trying to use cable on scramblers, and, you know.
Remember to stay tuned for Watermelon Booty 3 after this.
Oh, God. I was just trying to imply it and keep...
You don't know what it's about. You don't know what it's about. It's about
Yeah, you know
it's
what?
about hidden treasure. It's about hidden
Yeah,
treasure.
yeah,
It's like
pirates
it's these
digging up-
watermelons in the chest, and then they
Pirates
hide, you know?
going on an adventure in the Caribbean to find a watermelon in a chest. And somehow
It's,
it's taken them 3 movies to find it.
Pirates of the Caribbean 9, Watermelon Booty.
Watermelon Booty 3. It's like Mario Land 3.
Of course. This is a family show.
Yeah,
Get your
Super
mind out of the
Mario
gutter.
Land 3, Wario Land 1, Watermelon Booty.
Mine's out of the gutter, guys. Family show.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, goodbye.
They said, hold up, pause. What you guys say? Pause.
Wait a minute! Watermelon Booty's on after this! I gotta talk to my cable company! That's an awkward call, because when you get like a pay-per-view, you're usually gonna like call, right? You have to call your cable company and be like, yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think you can just order directly from your television.
You can now, but you used to have to call. Just
I
imagine
remember.
having to call your goddamn pay-per-view company, like, hi, yeah, listen, I was looking, if you guys could, you know, you could just add it to my bill. I'm trying to good watch Watermelon Booty 3. You know.
I remember when I was a wee lad. I probably shouldn't say this on air because I could. Okay, so when I was a wee lad, I went to my neighbor's house because she. It was like my babysitter used to be my neighbor. I remember I knew they had pay-per-view you could order from the TV. And when they left one time, I went over to their house and I ordered like a WWE event from their pay-per-view. I just never told them while they weren't home. Oh well. But we quickly forget about that. There's a team fight going on.
Yeah, you committed theft.
Pretty much.
That family probably fell apart because he.
It was
he
a wee
blamed
lad.
You know, the family like all blamed each other for it. The smoke gank went nowhere, and that was also part of it. Like this is the family. It was Kid Dynamite and Iceman, in that family. And
All
their
I'm saying
smoke
is
gank
their divorce coincided with the billing statements.
Yeah.
Might be completely unrelated though.
Yeah, it's true. In fairness, it's kind of funny in its own right. Like,
they catch another profit.
God damn, they just killed her instantly. This Tiny's this Tiny's utility so far in this game has been a lot less in bailing out his own cores and more putting the enemies into horrible situations.
That's the
He's
power
good.
of
It's
support
hard
Tiny.
to do that as a support Tiny, and he's been able to do that pretty well this game.
It's the same concept of like a Tuskags or like a Pudge Hook.
Yeah. It really kind of speaks
Very
to
powerful.
maybe...
Middle tower has fallen.
You gotta use this a little better, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of funny its own right. Like, honey, I'm sorry. We could have made this marriage work, but then you watched Hell in a Cell on my dime.
No, you
watched
had to
Hell in
order
a Cell?
WrestleMania.
You watched Hell in a Cell and you didn't even confess to it. We're done.
It's something like that. I remember looking out the window, seeing if they were coming home. I'm just
When-
ready to
when
run.
would this have been?
It was years ago.
Well, let's say an exact year, or at least a broad range of
Radiant's top
years.
tower is under attack.
I don't remember. I must have been like,
Structures are fortified.
I don't want to say it actually. I don't want to incriminate myself further.
18, 19, you know, around that time.
No.
Is somebody involved in that gonna like watch this video? You're being very
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't know who's watching. Listen, everybody gets their own personal FBI agent listening. I don't want mine to get any
yeah, your
ideas.
goddamn babysitter from when you were a kid is like PVC pipe or something.
Listen, she's
know,
a big
gonna-
Anani fan.
Gonna listen to
Big
this
on it.
video and be like, what the hell? You bought WrestleMania? He didn't even tell me!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That girl just got a halberd. It'd be very
Oh,
annoying
Roche-
if your name is Shadowfan.
Roche respawned as soon as they walked in. There's so lucky. Here we go. We're about to see some
usually
great
the
action.
LD2L thing is that you go into Roche and he isn't spawning for 10 more seconds, and then everybody runs away for 5 minutes. Unfortunately, everybody is also running away here for 5 minutes for unrelated reasons, though.
Were they able to scout them out, or was this just Ultra Instinct?
I
going
think
on?
they were worried they got scouted out, but it didn't really happen. Well, if it did, it wasn't happening for a while.
Smoke coming out for the Radiant. Let's see what they make happen here.
Hey.
Oh, she's gonna get found out by the Willow. Oh, Willow breaks the smoke on the Medusa. But only the Medusa. Oh, they found
They're
him.
gonna... That was awkward.
Yeah, that was a great blink.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Dark Willow, not Dark Willow, Snapfire just get like ping back and forth. Kid Dynamite tries so hard to ult, he just dies.
Oh no.
Could not
This
get
is a
it out.
disaster. Right next to the Roche pit.
If you have problems ulting like that, you need a blue pill, that's all I'm saying. This man getting a little hammered, the boss going down, and yeah, this is just everybody dies.
This might be game. They could get this Aegis, run down mid, and I don't think there's anything they can do to stop them.
Aegis.
Yeah, oh sorry. Is it? This is called Aegis, right?
Aegis.
Aegis, oh. Alright.
There
Fair
was
enough.
there was a game once where somebody on my team was like, "Can you still deny Gem or Eggmon?" No, I think it was like,
Huh?
"Can you still deny Cheese or Eggmon?" And I was like, "Did you mean Aegis?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I still to this day don't know how I came to that
Eggmon?
conclusion. I'm more surprised that I came to the conclusion than that it was right.
The Aegis.
The Eggmon.
Yeah, I would be surprised if
The
this
Eggmon
game
has
goes
a wall.
too much further from here.
Oh, this is a Medusa shard. Oh man, that sucks.
Cold-blooded.
Oh, she's already got the axe too. This super sucks for ODs.
Fallen to the Radiant.
Yep, now she has that that return on the cold-blooded. That means that the Dark Willow long stun, the Cursed Crown is going to reflect. The Corrosive Phase is going to reflect. I don't know if Little Shredder does. I don't think so, but the Death Prophet Suck is going to reflect. Lots of things are going to be causing that, and a free snake is no bueno. It's not good for your health. If you're on the dire.
Nothing but trouble. Is it? What's the cooldown on the shard? Can you check real quick?
4.5.
There should be a cooldown, right? Oh,
Yep.
12 seconds. Oh, okay. Could be worse.
Yep. Still, more or less, just a second Mystic Snake, though. A second Mystic
yeah.
Snake that also turns you to stone. She's inching a little closer and closer to that 25 trade as well. I think if Medusa hits 25, this game is just completely out of reach for the enemy team. I mean, not like it looks that in
I was gonna
right
say.
now, but
Yeah. It might not be that too far from that right now.
it's like, you know, once Medusa gets at 25, it's going to be like, Dire can team wipe Radiant 3 times in a row and still maybe not win the game, you know, like that kind of situation.
Dire's bottom tower.
Manoy
has
can just
fallen.
walk in a fountain and be okay.
Oh no.
Just completely murder Vex here.
No, no. BKB's at the end for good measure.
Yep, just so he can't have it if he responds. Here's the good news.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
There's good
That's
news?
the nullifier.
Oh, that is good news.
I mean, Necro's been, you know, doing better than expected in this game because the magic damage. He's been doing a good job, sort of tanking things without necessarily tanking the wrong kinds of things at a given time. Okay, that ghost like could have slam dunked with height like that.
Oh,
Holy crap. Okay, Shadow Fiend's coming out there now. He's a little
Oh.
bad.
BKB gets the tree, but that's about it. Unfortunate.
Yeah, we're gonna get Tony too with the Snapple. That, oh no, the Medusa is a huge problem for these guys. Is he going for the meteor? Shadow Fiend came out, but he might have came out a little too fast. Yeah, he's done. It's over. Boss calls him. We're going home.
Oh man,
Radiant's
unfortunate.
top tower has fallen.
I mean, it's easy to say, like, when you're not playing, but, like, I feel like the itemization was a little bit rough coming
Yeah.
from Dire.
I feel like if we just get a conventional Slardar build, we just kick off with the blink, then we're in a much better slot this game. Like, it's funny because it's like Matt did become a problem, but I think he became a problem because of the space granted to him because you built for him and not like as an initiator. Like, if you were able to just go on the Ember Spirit and just go on the Medusa as the Slardar, right? If you're able to just hop in like that with the Blink Dagger, not needing the Snap player around to do your dirty work for you, then Matt isn't able to, like, you know, just bunker down, build up a bunch of items, and make himself really hard to kill, you know? He has to just start going emergency type build. He certainly can't go with that Radiance, right? He's going to have to go with this emergency type build to deal with you, but he didn't need to this game. You overcommitted to him so much that it, like, you swung around to the other side. You were so useless otherwise that he could ignore you. And that's
Yeah,
just
very
the wrong
curious
side of it.
why he went for that so hard on the neck.
Because he's like, I don't respect Matt. You know, he's some Canadian. Who cares? I'm just gonna get rid of him. I'm gonna make him so mad. I'm gonna tilt him buying this. He's not even gonna be there in game 2. That's what's going through Vex's head, 100%.
I mean, I'm guessing they must have thought they had enough answers for Reedy and Manoy, but I just don't see where
No,
those came from.
if they did, they were all wrong. And as much as I hate to say it, it did also feel like, even though he has that little gold badge by his name, it really did not feel like the Dark Willow play came in handy here almost at all. Like, the Bramble Mazes didn't look all that epic. We didn't have any really cool fears. And the other team, don't get me wrong, Sangangers were doing a good job playing around it, but it just didn't feel like they had a Willow this game. And, you know, we were talking about the boss disruptor having disproportionate impact. This maybe had the opposite of that, unfortunately. But who knows what's going to happen in game 2? Hopefully more cable
Ooh.
pirating.
Anything could happen.
Not Watermelon Booty 3. That's not happening.